And it's really interesting that you do 3 different things. So podcasting. Do you still do the recruitment?
I do, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you do recruitment and photography. So something that my mentor, when I worked with him, I don't work with him currently at the moment, was that you sometimes you probably have shiny penny syndrome. You like because I would be running 3 different
Yep.
businesses with different needs and different requirements, and he'd be like, just do one,
Yeah.
like excel it. I'm like, yeah, but I've got a drive to do other things. So he's like, okay, you're obviously someone entrepreneurial that wants to do many different things. That's fine.
Yep.
You go ahead and do it. So do you find how do you split your time between the 3 different areas to make them all successful? And I'm assuming it's a little bit like spinning plates. One
Yep.
slows down, you have to go and spin it.
Yep.
How do you do that and make it a success?
Yeah, really good one. I'll mention a couple of things, but as I said before, I am very impulsive. So sometimes I do drop the ball in one area because I dive so deep into another. But at a certain point, I have to pull myself back and say, all right, enough playing around with that now. Let's get back to this or the whole thing's going to fall apart. So I agree. I do have to every now and again just take a step back and rebalance, re-equilibrate. But I also am very organized, so I have to be extremely organized. I'm very good with, or I like to think I'm really good with systems, and I try not to let things fall through the cracks. Even if I'm doing the bare minimum, I'm setting up systems so the bare minimum is the status quo doesn't fall apart.
Mm.
And then the extras, okay, you can use a bit of bandwidth, a bit of an elastic band here and there to stretch on the other stuff. But the bare minimum has to be there always. So that comes down to the systems. And then I also don't worry too much that I'm doing that sometimes, because a lot of people also say to me the same thing. What are you doing? Too many things, et cetera, et cetera.
Just a quick one. I just wanted to say thank you very much for joining me today and being with me on this show. One thing that is really, really important I want to share with you is this show is growing really well, and I'm so proud of it, and I'm so pleased that you're enjoying this content. But if you could please hit the follow and subscribe to this channel, it will really help the channel on its being able to grow and the people that we can have on this show. So please do consider, if you have a moment, please can you hit the subscribe button and the follow button, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you, Darren. Tell me one thing about your upbringing which reflects on who you are today.
Wow, what a great question. Look, I'm going to have to say my upbringing was very warm and what's the word? Collaborative. And my mum and dad always said, you can do anything you want to do. Just go ahead and do it, try it. It was always very enthusiastic and trying to think of the right word in English. Supportive. That's the word I'm looking for. Supportive. It was
Okay.
always very supportive. So I never had a problem with confidence or trying to do things and failing and all that kind of stuff. So I'd say that had a lot to do with what I do now. And also as a kid, I grew up in a big family, lots of extended cousins, and I got to meet lots of interesting people and everybody did different things. So I was always very exposed to music and art and business and all sorts of things. So I'm just drawing from everyone and everything that I was exposed to when I was a kid.
Awesome. So it sounds like you had a pretty happy
Yeah,
childhood.
well, a
It
very
was
happy childhood.
supportive.
Yes, absolutely. Very supportive.
Wonderful. And where did you grow up,
So I
Darren?
grew up in Sydney, Australia, and I'm still here now.
Uh,
Born and bred Aussie. So yeah, it's been great.
Wonderful.